Okay then folks, so I'm here at the beautiful Old Huff Fishery where I'm going to take a little bit of a time out on catching some great big wobbly fishes and give you some winter bait tips, my sort of top tips for coming into the winter, so hook baits and feed baits. So I reckon we'll stop faffing about and go through them now. Right then folks, so what I do love to do this time of year when it's going that little bit colder and you're fishing for everything swimming, basically like your F1s, certainly your skimmers or even carp as well, is a combination of 2mm Thin Perfect pellets already done and the Super Crush expander, sorry. It's probably my favourite ground bait in the world, I love it. Basically all I'm doing is just a small handful of the 2mm, small handful of the expander ground bait already done, just give them a mix up. Now, the key to this is how much you feed. We don't want to be putting loads in because of the attractant of the Super Crush ground bait. That instantly gets the fish hunting, and then you just want a few micros in the mix. You don't want loads. I mean, literally, that's all we're putting in. So making that sort of like triangular shape out of it, there's going to be sort of like, what, 6, 7, maybe 8 micros in there. There you go, straight down to the bottom, you know, sink into the sill, and then you've got the attractant of the Super Crush ground bait on top to get the fish rooting. It's a fantastic mix, and I swear by it when it gets colder. Get on it, folks. Eesh. Sticking with the Super Crush expander ground bait then, folks, because I completely believe it in the attracting, you know, obviously getting the fish into your peg, but very, very little food content because it breaks up in the water. And what I love to fish, certainly on, when I'm in like 3 foot and less, fishing for like stockies and F1s, is putting a tiny little bit of crush in. So I'm just literally just squeezing it between my fingers. So that's got like fluttering down, and then having an expander over the top of it. So it's sort of like, imagine sort of like that as it's broken down, as it gets to the bottom, and then you've got the expander over the top. It just stands out like a sore thumb. Fish absolutely adore it because the only physical thing they can eat there is your expander. So you get them obviously coming into the centre of the ground bait, see the expander there, nail it, you is on. Yeah! Right then folks, you've had a couple of pole winter tips. Now we are on rod and line, and we're using these little babby ICS methods. So the little tiny ones, not the small ones, they're even smaller than the small ones. So attached to that we've got 4 inches of only 0.13 line, dead light, and we're using a micro bandon wafter. Everyone's got their own personal favourite choice of colour. I love either yellow or a pink. Pink to make the girls wink, innit, folks? And in combination of that, we're going to be using ground bait, the Super Crush expander again. So, again, keeping the theme along the lines of like stockies, F1s, or even skimmers. Pretty much everything is going to eat this, where they don't want much food content. So basically all we're doing, putting that bandem in first, and then putting the ground bait over the top, and then giving that a nice press down. You'll see that, wait till you see this, folks. It looks absolutely glorious. Give that a press out, look at that. Get in on that, Jakey. You know what I mean? So basically, as soon as that hits the water, it's going to start breaking down. Again, the fish are coming to the attractant properties of the ground bait. No other bait there they can eat other than your hook bait. And then it's just game on. So as I said, don't fish too heavy with this, folks. It's all about, I'm going to say regular casting, even though it comes colder weather, regular casting, hitting that same spot, but just keep putting that beautiful mix in. It is amazing. You'll catch loads. Still keeping it a small fish theme then, folks. So later into the session, or maybe after an hour, 90 minutes, start building your swim up from the using the ground bait, and you feel the fish want a bit of feed. The Pro Feed 1mm are my go-to. They are absolutely amazing. You can even mix them with a bit of ground bait if you want to, but just on their own, they're perfect. They hold obviously that little bit firmer around the method than what the ground bait will. So you know your feed is going to stay intact more. You're going to have that little pile of bait on, obviously on your method. And when it's smaller fish, you know, like little skimmers, as I say, and your stockies, and anything's going to eat it, but it's more so for like them smaller fish. We're loading it a little bit different this time as well. So basically, we're putting a little layer in first, and then putting our hook bait over the top, and then we're just going to put another layer on the top of that. Just so you've got like a little micro bandem sandwich, basically, in effect, haven't you? And all we're going to do with that method, so it's a little babby method again, is give that a good squeeze until you see the pellets coming out of the bottom there, and then just push down, and then you just get a lovely, lovely a little sandwich like that. So obviously once that hits the water, that top bit will start breaking away, and then obviously that will reveal your hook bait, and then the bottom bit starts to break away, and then obviously you've got the fish coming pecking on that, and it's just game on every time, folks. They love it. So when we're on them cold winter days and the fish have like proper rocked up, that's when I'll go to the 2mm Fin Perfect pellets. Obviously they're going to hold fish in your peg a lot longer, take a little bit longer to break down, and it's just a great way of like putting a big weight together in a short space of time, potentially. So again, pellets have all been done, they've all been soaked, and we're going to load it the same way as what we did the 1mm. So we put a little babby layer in first, change milk bait as well, folks, you know what I mean? Yellow and pink, can't beat yellow or a pink. A little babby layer in first, hook over the top, and then a layer on the top of that. Just give it a little bit of a press down, a little bit of a thumb down, and then give that a nice press again, so then pellets are coming out at the bottom, so you're pressing it quite hard, and that's what you're left with. Beautiful. So again, that's going in, top bit's going to start to break down first, revealing your hook bait, but there's always still going to be a bit of bait on the bottom. I wouldn't start off with this, folks. I'd always start off with like certainly the ground bait or the 1mm, but certainly when you get a few fish in your peg, or the little fish are like you're getting taps off them and maybe they're falling off, get on the 2mm and you will attract some bigger fish in your peg. Badoosh! Hook bait's next then, folks. So it's all about making your hook bait stand out from anything else and having that wow factor. So obviously colours play an important part, but also flavours do as well. Particularly this time of year, I love the pineapple and coconut. You know, normally sort of like spicy flavours you think are better, but I just love the sweet pineapple and coconut, the absolute liquid flavour. So we're going to put that straight onto the 4mm Pro Expander pellet. So don't need loads out obviously for the session, just get a few out of the bag, that's more than enough. Catch a fish in every one of them, we're winning every match. So get a few of them, put them into a sealable bag, just into a corner, and then obviously you can dilute it a little bit and put water on if you want, but as I said, I just want that wow factor in for it to proper stand out. So we're going to put liquid on it just so it proper covers them. Now what you'll also find is, so we'll seal that up, what you'll also find is this will make the actual hook bait really, you know, sort of durable. That'll be a really tough expander. It's not going to come off in fishing in deep water and that. Put them in the corner of a bag like that. Obviously you're not going to do it in the morning, you do it the night before, let all them flavours soak in, and the pellets will be perfect for you, and you will catch lots and lots of lovely fishes. There you go then, folks, a few little tips that will hopefully help you put more fish on the bank this well, during the colder spell. Just stick to them. Remember, don't put loads of feed in, but with them little tips and tricks, hopefully you will go and catch lots and lots of fishes.